Good morning. What time is it now? Let's have a look. It's now 5 a.m. Yes, it is. 5 a.m. Sunday morning, the 11th of April, 2021. I've just had a shave on my Mac Freeze. I've just used my razor. I think I'll go a little bit more and just see if I can really clean up, and get rid of all the hair everywhere. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's okay. Yeah, I actually got on to Ministry of Justice last night, and right up until early hours of the morning actually, and I've done a quick live video on Facebook to let people know what I was up to, and then I went straight to bed, and I think I was in bed by about 1:30 in the morning, and I woke up about 4:30 in the morning. It was quite good, really. I was supposed to have a good few hours sleep and everything, and yeah, I'm every day I'm getting better and better. I was always a very good man over the years, and I'm going to try and make changes for the UK. Yes, definitely, because I'm sure it's possible for me to actually continue with comedy. And maybe cheer people up and make people laugh and everything like that, and also maybe get noticed by the government and the royalty and everything, the Queen and everyone. And my chances of stepping forward and coming up with ideas which are actually going to work, and that is to open up cafes all over the United Kingdom. Yeah, so that's it really. I mean, I want to be similar. I've never been to Amsterdam, but I've heard about Amsterdam. And I did see where it, how it is there and everything, and it looks quite good actually. It's quite amazing. And they've got cafes and cannabis and weed and everything like that going on and being sold in the cafes and everything. And USA, I mean, it's very similar. They've got shops, people going there and buying cannabis and weed and everything like that. The United Kingdom, I mean, look, when I spoke to US Navy, the Navy, they actually said it's very difficult to actually legalise weed and cannabis in the United Kingdom. They're very strict and not very nice at all, really. And so I can imagine, I know what they're saying. I witnessed over the years how it's been for people with cannabis and everything like that. And it has been very difficult and it's very upsetting. Police have been far too dominant and, just literally destroying people's homes and everything and their lives and everything, really. Creating sadness everywhere. I mean, going to court cases, going to jail, paying fines, just terrible times, really. And me as a piano man, I mean, well, it was completely different, it was romantic, it was nice, it was great. People would try and play the piano. Some would play the piano very, very well over the years. They were amazing, actually. And I would listen to a lot of pianists over the years. And, so now, what can I say? I've got myself into a situation, actually, I don't know. I think that there was a guy from Lord's Hill, Steve Flood. He was a very jealous man. He didn't like me to be too close to his mother. Now, his mother was turning to me all the time. She was upset and crying because Steve Flood would shout and moan at her and steal money from her purse. And she's now passed away. Rest in peace, Carol Flood. He's got a brother, but I can't remember his name. He's in Australia, I know that. And Mr. Flood, what can I say? I tried to help people around, here and there. There was a family next door to mother, a troubled mother with 5 children, and my mother was not very nice, really. She didn't like that lady. She didn't like the children. She was just, oh, look at me, and I'm perfect, and I don't like your children at all. And the kids, I mean, they know who's nice and who's not nice, and I think maybe they reacted a little bit on the bus or wherever it was, and probably had a poke at her and moaned at her and probably said some horrible bits and pieces, stirring up a little situation, and it upset her, and she was just like, oh my God, kids, and everything like this, and she was not very nice with kids, and that was it. So that's it. Mother, it's a shame you put me down and say bad things about me and all sorts like that. I'm rude, I've got attitude, everything like this. I mean, but I did I turned around and helped a load of people. And Mother, I always felt you was quite strong and quite happy. You don't really need any help or support or anything. So that's why I didn't really take you places, and I didn't really, assist you in any way, really. I mean, yeah, it's sad, really. It's terrible. Yeah. Well, anyway, here we are, 5:05 in the morning, and I'm already talking about things that have happened over the years, and what I noticed straight away, when my mother took control and organised a meeting at Desborough House, a mental health place in Eastleigh, at 1 Desborough Road, Eastleigh, Hants, UK. Yeah, she actually sat with me. I do remember an old lady, and I do remember getting into an ambulance and going into Marbury Lodge in Winchester for rest and relaxation. It was sad. It was sad. I've got 3 brothers. They've never been taken to a hospital or anywhere, or with Mother taking control of the situation. I mean, I think when we were children, I'm sure she had an operation or something. And we were taken to Auntie Julie, I think it was, and I stayed at Auntie Julie's and everything like that. And I went to Mum's home, and I sat in Mum's house, and I remember I used the phone. I'm sure I did, and this has just come into my head. It's literally mad, really. I was in my mum's home, and my Nan Browning, she was very, very annoyed with me. What are you doing in your mum's house and all that, and all this and all that. I was just an innocent guy, wanted to be at home. I think I used the phone, whatever I done. I don't know, really. I'm just a normal guy, that's it, really. Just wanted to be around the home and all that, and I don't know. Mum was actually taking me like a duck with her little ducks, and they're all following Mother, and you know what it's like, little situations. I mean, Mother took us to some places. I went to Auntie Julie's. Mother's, I don't know. I mean, I guess she's been okay over the years. I mean, she's always been good, really. But she's not very nice, really, to people around. I mean, especially her next door neighbour, Kim Marie Hunt. It must have been hard for you to actually listen to my mother. Her attitude, her rudeness. She was very rude and was not very nice at all. I do respect you 100%. I mean, I do try and talk to you every day, and you try to talk to me every day. But you was upset, I know that, because I said how bad it was with the NHS, and I really don't like the NHS at all, for what they've done to me, and you just say things like, Gordon, you were assessed, and that's all you've been saying for the last, for a while now. Gordon, you were assessed and all this, and it's madness. It's crazy, because I mean, I can tell you now, that was no assessment at all. That was madness. That was just lies, and it was a label. We use that word, and we'll call Gordon Thomas White schizophrenic and bipolar, and not really. What can I say? I mean, well, actually, they was not letting me go out to the public and all that. Not allowed to go out and taking my phone off me, my iPad off me, and my lighter off me. Rest in peace, Des Brewer. And I want to say thank you, because you actually did. I was actually suffering in an Anslope house with no music, no phone, nothing really, and just sat in a section unit. You actually come into Desborough House, into Anslope House, and you got me a £40. Here it is. I got right. It's right here. I'll just show you now. Here it is. This is what Desborough got me. A Sony Walkman. Right, and there was an Irish guy who worked at the Anslope House. He was quite a nice chap, really. He said, look, my wife, she can actually put some music on that for you. We'll sort that out. Just give me that, and I'll deal with that. And I thought, that's great, okay then. And he actually did cheer me up. He come back into work the next day, and he says, here you go. and I was listening to music on that. But I mean, actually, I must say, it's got a problem now. I don't get used to it at all. That's it, really. So that's it. And my daughter, she was quite a good daughter, really. I mean, she cared about her father. She come and see me in a few different sections. At times there was Anthony Blake when the kids were young, and my daughter was with Anthony Blake, and they both come into the hospital. I remember that. Yeah, my daughter actually come into Antelope House one time, and she got me a £40 phone with no internet, just like a standard phone. And I stayed in tune, and I stayed in contact with my daughter. In fact, the staff were going crazy. It was around about 1 in the morning, I think it was, and I was having a bloody good chat with my daughter, and I think it was my daughter that phoned me, and I moaned at the staff, and I said, "Look, this is my daughter phoning me. You know, I'm not just phoning everybody and going crazy. My daughter's phoned me, and we're having a good chat. Thank you very much for your time. Please don't harass me, and just leave me alone." Things like that, you know. Mental health is terrible. I mean, they're not even human. They're just like animals. They just come to you and order this and do that, and it's, you know. I mean, I've been dragged out of my house several times. You know, literally. I mean, it's like brutality, 100%. The way it is. I mean, it's terrible. Mental health. You know. I mean, NHS. What can I say? I mean. Yeah, I know the romantic situation behind selling a piano and creating happiness within a family unit and everything like that. You know, yeah, I mean, we can't allow mental health to do this anymore to anyone. What they've done to me, I want to make sure it don't happen to anyone else. I'm a mess now. I'm just like a big fat old man. That's it. You know, some say I'm just like a mental patient. I mean, it's crazy. But not everybody knows me. That's the problem, you see. And because it was a situation of working and claiming, you know, I always had my benefits paid. You know, I had my flat. I had my partner, Melissa Emily Jordan. She was working with old people in a rest home, and I was actually driving down to the warehouse every day, and I'd take a van home most nights, a Transit Luton, and there was no tachographs or anything, and we went miles and miles and miles to satisfy a family somewhere, and with a cheap piano from £175, and you know, always tuned and tidied up and, you know, reconditioned and everything like that, and yeah, and yeah, I can hear it in the kitchen. It's quite funny, really. I'm telling you my life, and it's yeah, all the way, 100%. Maybe I should stand in the kitchen. It's funny, really. No, it's all right. It's fine. I'm just sat here, and I'm just. I think I'll have a swig of my tea. Actually, it's a coffee. I've had a tea, and now I'm having a coffee. Yeah. This is lovely. Yeah, I think what I'll do is I'm recording myself on my camera. I think I'll put this onto YouTube, actually, to be honest. Yeah, I think I will, actually. So it's an update situation. It's definitely an update situation. I'm acting very similar to a lawyer, building a case. I actually was on Twitter live, and I was showing a collection of pictures on the floor. I was just scattered them around. My daughter has a baby, right up to the age of where mummy. Well, she grew up and everything, and there's also I must say, I was looking for a letter. I don't know where I put it now. Somewhere there's a letter from Kim Marie Hunt. I looked after her and her family, and I was even like Father Christmas at Christmas time. I'll give them all a little present, and even what's her name now? Let's see now. Karen Dinage. I think it was Karen Dinage. Dinage. Was it that? I mean, it was a lady called, was it Karen? I think it was. In that like area, you know, like, it's like you're driving down Matheson Road, and it's like four houses. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it was 4 houses going down towards the woods, and then opposite there was another 4 houses, and you could drive into that little bit. You know, and it was like big houses actually. Karen Dinage. Yes, she had a few kids and all that. And I got them all a present. It was crazy. A little gift, you know, a little something. Yeah. Oh, I don't know what to say really. It's crazy. I've always been a nice man who will help you and cheer you up and say hello to you and all sorts. Yeah. And now I'm sat here thinking I've just got to not be angry. I've got to try and overcome all the upset and trauma. You know, just being controlled and dragged around and thrown into section units and forced so much medication. It was crazy. They turned me into a mess. I mean, my body is a mess. My stomach is unbelievable. It's massive. And I put it on Facebook, and a friend of mine, she actually said, that's not normal. That's definitely not normal. I said, well, actually, it's all right. I mean, what it is it's the medication that's made me this way. Very fat, massive. Yeah, and as for the extra lump on my stomach, that's the hernia I had when I was lifting pianos over the years, and I was always slim and everything, but there was this tiny little lump, and it was a hernia, and that's how it was. But it got massive. It got bigger and bigger and bigger when I was locked up in section units. You know, when you take a lot of medication, it's always every day, all the time. You know, medication actually does make you bigger and bigger and fatter and everything. It's sad, really, but it's true. And you sit in a section unit and you eat meals every day, breakfast, dinner, tea, and everything. You know, and out of boredom, I mean, I would sometimes sit in them section units and have a bit more food. Ask if it's okay to have a little bit more of this and all that, and can I have maybe 2 meals. It's just things I've done. I remember done that. I know I've done that actually, here and there. Sat in section units, just trying to keep my head sane, my mind thinking positive. Thinking, like, I'm okay, I'm fine. I'm not going to go crazy because I'm bored and depressed to pieces and thrown into a section unit. All I can do is sit around and see the patients and the staff and all that. There was patients actually who looked at me and said, "Oh, we've got loads of gold on and all this," and I did have a load of gold rings on my hands and everything. You know, that's how it was. Yeah. It was just terrible, you know. It's like Steve. I mean, my mum believes him and everything he says and everything. It's really sad, terrible times. I mean, all because of Steve Flood. I mean, Steve Flood is not a very good man at all. He was always horrible to his mum. And when she lost her home, she was moved into a place where they look after you and they put you into a place like where if you become homeless, you know, you end up getting a place, a little 1-bedroom flat with wardens and staff and everything like that. Oh, sorry about that. I farted. Yeah. This place she was in Lord's Hill, kind of like opposite to the Lord's Hill Library. You know, sort of opposite Sainsbury's, all that sort of stuff. There's some big flats. I really don't know what they're called and everything. But I know there's staff everywhere monitoring, looking after people who do live there, and that's it. Steve Flood just got in that place and stayed there and laid on the floor. He was at his mum's, and that was it. He was always glued to his mother, ready to steal money out of her purse all the time. Yeah, he was not a good man at all. And he would shout and moan at her. I mean, it was terrible, you know. And I could see the sadness in her face. It was not nice to see. and she cried to me and everything. I mean, she was a nice woman. And Steve Flood was, his mind is really sick. He's a sick man. And she was an old lady, and that's it. And Steve Flood was saying, "Oh, you're in a relationship with my mum." Wow, and all this and all that. And, "Oh, Steve, you're a bad boy. You're just not good at all." I mean, you should be in jail, really, for what you've done. But you lost your mum, that's it, she's gone now. There is no way you can actually upset her and make her cry, steal her money. You can't do that no more, that's it. I mean, but I will always remember and always talk about it to everyone around the world, how Steve Flood done what he done. He spoke to my mother and he said, "Oh, Gordon White's unwell," and all this and that. And my mother actually, I mean, she's so like completely disorganised, not really in control of what's going on around her. My brothers would take control and fill her house up with drugs, and make her feel high, and smoke a lot of cannabis in that house with my mother. Mark, Lee and Russell were all smoking cannabis in that house all the time. And I was the kind of man who would drop in and say, "Hello, how's everyone?" And I actually did also turn up at Mark White's flat just up the road a little bit. I can't remember the address, but he had a flat and he was selling a lot of cannabis from that place. And and now he don't talk to me at all. And Lisa Tarry, his partner, don't talk to me. And Russell, I mean, I don't know what his problem is, but I mean, I did actually say at one point I was quite happy, and I said, "Yeah, I'm a bit lazy and all this and lazy and all that." And maybe I should never have said that to Russell White. I mean, but Russell White, I mean, I've got a picture of him as a little boy, a little boy with Rachel White and my dad's daughter, and my daughter Becky White. And Russell looks he's a little tiny boy sitting there. I cannot, but when you look at him, you think, "Oh my God, was you really like that, Russell White? Did you say you pay taxes for people like me? Well, I mean, are you insane? I mean, you're a madman, really, to be honest. You sit there and drink alcohol all the time. You get drunk. You sound terrible. And you work in a shop and you hit a few keys and you pay. You actually serve someone who wants to pay for their food in Lidl's, I think it is. You're nothing special, Russell White. You're just living and working in a shop. That's it. Nothing special, right? So I mean, you can say what you want, Russell White. You can dislike me and trash me and think I'm just someone who's just taking the piss out of society and I pay taxes for people like you. I mean, what are you saying? You crazy? You're just a crazy man. You got Gemma. I've never seen you or anything. I don't think you've ever seen me. And the problem we do have, Russell was saying, "Oh yeah, Gemma don't even like you at all because you're horrible. You're this and all this and all that and all this and all that." And yes, I did at one point say, "Oh well, she's a prostitute." Yes, oh yes. And I don't even know what I'm looking at. I mean, she could be anyone. I mean, she could be really, really nice. But I mean, and I don't want to say it really. I mean, I probably said that because Russell was saying Gemma does not like you at all. Russell's just being a really horrible man, really. He was terrible, actually, disgusting. No consideration for his brother or nothing. My brothers are terrible. They're just a disgrace. I mean, they've been so bad over the years. They don't even want to talk to the public. They don't want the public to even know anything about them. Mark White, the biggest drug dealer around Lord's Hill. I mean, he was always there with cannabis all the time. And Lee White would run up the road and get me some cannabis. I'm not going to say who from, but he would always run around and get cannabis and deal with drugs all the time. And Lee was always standing on the doorstep smoking loads of cannabis all the time, and weed and everything like that. Lee, well, what can I say? He went to a special school, and he didn't like it at all when I said about that to the public, and now to this day, I mean, well, now I've been locked up in section units. I mean, he thinks. He thinks, "Oh my God, Gordon White is now going and filming and going crazy about staying in tune with the public. Do I want to actually talk to Gordon at all? So he's decided not to even bother with me at all. That's it. He don't talk to me, he don't phone me or anything. He don't answer me when I phone the phone. He literally don't care at all. So that's it. I mean, Lee White, Mark White, Russell White, Lisa Tarry. Yeah, she was quite a nice woman. It's just sad that she don't even bother with me at all. She don't. I had her phone number. I don't think I at some point I can get through to her or Mark or Lee or Russell. Yes, it was a bit difficult, And then Melbourne Lodge, they had someone there working at the Melbourne Lodge, and I phoned them up. I said, how you doing? And the guy said, well, actually, he said, look, you can try talking to the Samaritans, 116123. So I did stop phoning up the hospital and say, look, I'm now going to talk to the Samaritans. And I do actually phone the Samaritans now and again when I'm lonely or upset or anything. I have a chat with the Samaritans, yep. And they're like amazing. They are pretty good. Volunteers and they listen to your story. Sometimes I join in a little bit and they say a little bit about themselves, and we talk when we chat and we have good times. They're no threat to me. They're kind of nice people. They're like friends. It's pretty cool, really. It's great. Respect to Samaritans and all the volunteers. I mean, you're great people. You're amazing. You got me through all this trauma. It's really been great, over the years, and that hair's coming off. It'll be gone. It will. This arrived yesterday. I was going to have a shave yesterday, but I actually forgot. I think I went to sleep and everything. It was crazy. And I was live to the Ministry of Justice. Yeah. I'm talking to the Ministry of Justice because I'm quite a professional man with a lot of excellent history of helping people and raising money for the old people and all that. Sponsored walks, as a kid, doing sponsored walks and raising money for Help the Aged. Yes, I remember that. I'm not telling you any lies at all, right? I can hear it. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Okay, and what can I say? It's not me, no, but let me see. It's the NHS. yeah, they're just lying. They're just they labelled me, that's it. I mean, and now they're trying to protect the issue and say, no, you was not well, you're not having no compensation, and that is it. And they talk to me like I'm still mental, I'm still upset, I'm still a mental patient, and they will talk to me like they're in control 100%. They manipulate the situation and they say, yes, we are the bosses, not you. You will listen, and you're not getting no money, and you was unwell. It's just absolute madness. I mean, it's terrible, really. It's crazy. It's insane. I was dealing with a family. I was helping a family next door to my mother. So when you do get hold of Kimberly Hunt and Claire Clements and Amy Clements and Adam Clements and Robert Arthurs and Ian Arthurs, okay, you can ask them all about me helping them next door. To my mother's. My mother who actually hated them. And my mother was very close to Steve Flood for some really strange situation. I mean, it was a bit mad, really. It was Russell White's mate, that's it. Yeah. But Steve, I mean, he stole Russell's keys. I mean, I can't believe that. That's crazy. And my mum was actually, right, give me them keys, I want them back. And Steve was just like a horrible man, really, over the years. I mean, he's been terrible. All he does is laugh and joke. He's got a mental problem. He actually does laugh at anything. And he talks to loads and loads of people everywhere. He's just like, I mean, it's like saying it's the bloody Queen. I mean, I'm sure, mate, I mean, the Queen, I respect you 100%. But I'm just trying to give you an example. Like the Queen would probably talk to a lot of people and say hello, 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 and all this and all this, that, right? And stand and stop and talk and say a few words and everything like that. Steve would do things like he'd just stop and start chatting to anybody, anywhere, laughing and joking all the time with no teeth in his face at all. You know, just a shaved head. He would have a bald head and all that. And he would walk a dog as well. Yeah, and that's it. And he was very, very much glued to his mother. Always on her case and moaning at her and shouting at her, and always taking money out of her purse. And Carol Flood, I mean, she tells me all this, you know. And I actually witnessed him a few times going on at his mother, you know. Lee White is very similar. Well, Lee does have a problem. He moans and he gets angry and shouts. And Russell, he's quite bossy. He's a very bossy man, actually, Russell White. Yeah, Russell and Lee actually clubbed together, and they was clubbing together in Mum's home when I turned up, and I was sat in there on the settee, and I tried to get them to sit with me, but they was moaning and had an attitude. They was, I don't know what their problem was, but I mean, then Mother was saying, my hand, and suddenly I don't know what she'd done or anything to her hand, I don't know. Suddenly there was two police ladies come into the home. You know, you got to go, Gordon. Actually, what happened first was I was sat down and I had like my hand like this, right, and with a head this side and a head this side, and it was Russell and Lee and me trying to restrain them and sit them down with me on the settee, and telling them to calm down and not be like mad or anything, just try and relax and everything. And they were just insane. They were crazy, you know. Lee gave me a black eye. And Russell was just being bossy, moaning and going crazy. They're both on drugs. They was heavily into cannabis all the time. Yeah, well, the situation was I had to leave the home, and that was it. And it was upsetting, really. So all I'd done was I explained everything to the next door, to Kim, and Kim said, "That's all right, my friend across the road, Pam, I don't know her last name, but she was another a single mother with kids and all that. She took me into her home and made me a cup of tea, and I sat there, looked back out over the road to my mum's house. I could see my Freelander, and it was sat there, and I was not allowed in Mum's house, and that's it. And I told the police, I said, I'm just going to go across the road, and that's it. You know, my family really turned against me because I was helping Kim next door. It was terrible. It was not good at all, really. And Mother, I mean, you know, because Mother didn't like the people next door. I mean, my brothers were on Mum's side, and that's it, and rejecting me. I was rejected from the family home. You know, it was not good at all, really. My mother, I mean, she showed no care at all. I mean, she had a really terrible, bad attitude. You know, it was like she was a queen. Oh yes, well, this is, you know, the sun shines out of my ass. I am perfect, and I don't like that woman, and I don't like those kids. And yeah, and Russell White and Lee White would defend Mother's views and say whatever, you know. I mean, they even turned me away from the family home, and sat in that house, and I sat across the road. That's my family. That's how bad my family is. Yeah, so I'm just letting you know. Families do break each up. You know, they break each other's hearts. They kill each other. They actually destroy everything. You know, really, families can be a mess. They can be really nasty and horrible. They can turn against their brothers and sisters. You know, me and my brothers. I mean, what can I say? There's no future. That's it. Not for them. You know. And me, I don't know what's going to happen to me. I'm just sitting here, I'm a mental patient with benefits. receiving high benefits because I'm classed as disabled. They've not changed anything. I'm still getting the same benefits. Actually, I got more PIP because I told the story, and NHS never got me that much, but I got it all doubled to maximum payments because I had a big story to say, to tell, and that was it. I was the piano man. That was it. Yep, that's it. I was here, and now I've got this T-shirt the other day. I think it was yesterday. I got this. Here it is. I am the boss, and it's because I feel more powerful now. I don't know what it is. I just feel I'm getting slowly more stronger and stronger, and I'm dealing with a lot of shit everywhere. And yeah, that's it really. I can't really go out and help people like I used to because I'm fat. I'm half blind. I've had these lower back aches for ages, for years, and that's all right. I was still helping people with my backache and all that. But with me not driving and me being very fat and and trying to deal with all the anger and upset that runs through my body, saying it was the NHS done that to you and all this, because that's what my body's telling me. And I'll just show you. This is what NHS done. All this. This is medication that's done this, I reckon. I'm sure it is. And I mean, if you try and even try to say it's me, my fault because I was eating too much food, I would just turn it around and say, well, listen, NHS and mental health, I want you to understand, you destroyed my family, you destroyed me, you locked me up, you took away my freedom, took away my phone, my lighter, you actually made me stay in a hospital somewhere around, and I ended up getting a bit of freedom, and to cheer myself up, I even bought myself a new phone. And I was also sitting there with a few bits and pieces at the baker's and having 2 hours at the baker's, a cup of tea, and watched the people with everything. And I met Bill Beanie. Bill Beanie, a Saints player, a very famous and professional man, now retired and everything. And we do have a good chat, and we talk about our histories, and me as the piano man. I mean, all the customers everywhere. So me and Big Beanie, we're pretty cool, and we have a good chat, and it's great. So I was actually probably buying food and bits and pieces, and not going too crazy, but literally eating what I'm eating, because I want to enjoy my life, and I'm actually comfort eating. Why am I calling it comfort eating? Because I'm treating myself. I'm away from the NHS, I'm free. I know what happened. I mean, actually, there was a man, he again, from mental health, wanted to come over to the shops and see how I live and all this. And I still got sectioned. I couldn't believe it. I'd sit at the baker's for a couple of hours. I'd probably pop to the chip shop and the co-op shop and the pharmacy, and probably the charity shop. I'd pop in there as well. Literally across the road, literally from here, only 1 minute away. That's it. And this man turned up, and there he was. And I said to him, man, this is how I live. I mean, just make sure I'm okay and all that. But I got sectioned again and again and again and again and again. They just did not listen at all, not ever. And then they're not they're definitely not professional. If I was me, actually in a position to actually turn around and say, well, hang on, mate, I think you're not showing any care. You're not even listening to this person at all. You got no consideration, no compassion, no care. All you want to do is take control and put that body. I'm not going to say that person. I'm just going to say that body, because that's what you do. You look at someone and class them as a body. So you just stick a load of medication into that body, and then they might class you. Actually, they class you a mental patient. You're a mental patient. And that's it. I mean, you're nothing. You're just a piece of shit. And they will just stick needles in you and force medication on you just like that. They do what they want. That's it. NHS. I mean, there's so many people working for the NHS. It's crazy. And most of them are not even experienced at all. No way at all. It's like No way. I've got a history, you know. I know what I was up to and what I was doing and everything. You lot don't even know what you're doing. You ain't got a clue. You know, you destroy people. You know. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. And when the last time I was dragged out of this place, I was taken to Western Supermare, and my daughter went there to see me. And Russell actually did come into that section. He got my cap, because I never had my cap, and not this cap, I had a different cap, I think, at the time. And yeah, I mean, I'm still thinking about the old man, the very old man. Right, it was in that section unit. When I first got there, I had a little bit of clip of a cigarette, like, you know, half a cigarette, with some weed in it. And the old man could smell the weed, right? And suddenly he jumped up and he went, I went to prison because of weed. And that's because the NHS, you know, I mean, well, I don't know what they're dealing with that old man in that section unit. I mean, he probably is a little bit mentally just upset, you know, a bit like traumatized with the police, brutality, you know, police being terrible and disgusting and not very nice at all, really, and demanding this man go to prison and all that, for what, maybe growing weed or selling weed or whatever it was. He just said because of weed. And he was traumatized, you know. And look at USA in Amsterdam. They would never feel that way. They don't go jumping up and saying, oh, well, bloody hell, I went to prison because of weed. It's just the United Kingdom and done that and does that to people in UK. Citizens in UK actually get destroyed by the police, our government, the strict law. You know, it's terrible. The law is terrible, really bad. And I know that because I speak to USA, the Navy, and people in the Navy in USA saying, yes, no, United Kingdom, very, very strict. Oh yeah, very strict. You probably won't get anywhere. So I did say actually we'll see and see how we get on. Yeah, that's it. Right, this is YouTube, right? So I'm going to say, I mean, yeah, maybe I'll probably get another comment from Millie B. Yeah, I know. I guess you're okay, you know. You're quite a nice little girl and all that. I mean, little girl. Sorry. You've grown up a little bit now and you've become quite popular and you sing and whatever you do. Yeah, you've got millions of followers and all that. It's crazy. Yeah, that's great. I mean, that's nice. It's all right, you know. Yeah. I was always unemployed, and I was very professional, and I kept all my benefits coming, and I kept everyone happy, and just to make life easier for me, I just scratched, you know, put my signature on a bit of paper, and cracked on and sealed the customers, and carried on as the piano man, and that was that. Working and claiming, yes, oh yes, back in the old days, yeah, oh yeah. No internet, nothing like that. No mobile phones, nothing like that at all. It's funny, really. Yeah, it's the internet and you know, the 20th century and all that. You know, the future years when life become more advanced and little phones and mobile phones and internet and all the rest of it. I mean, it's all new. It's all, you know. It's just like. It's quite funny, really. Yes, so it's you know, Millie B's as popular as she is because of the internet, and that's it. I mean, I can imagine if it was still with no internet and no mobile phones and all that, she probably wouldn't really get as popular as she is. I mean, it's a nice song. Yeah, I actually the other day I was blocked on Facebook because I was singing a little bit of Beatles. You know, yeah, I get blocked all the time. You know, actually, I like to sing a little bit of Oasis and Blur, John Lennon, Beatles. I even sung a Cat Stevens song, but I mean that was okay. That was fine. No issues. I think it's Oasis and Blur really, and and maybe the Beatles as well. Yeah, the Beatles. One of the songs had like over 100 million people looking at that, and I used to sing those, Beatles and John Lennon. I mean, yeah, I was, quite creative, and I was in tune. I know that, and yeah. Let me take you down, 'cause I'm always. I can't remember what it's actually. Cat Stevens. What was it? Oh, okay. My brain is like, oh my god. I'm thinking about everything else. I'm thinking about the way it is and how it's been and everything, and not really thinking about the songs. And so I can't really get the songs in my head right now. Yeah. There's there's no other way. There's no other way. Legalise weed in UK. Yeah, that's a Blur song with different lyrics. I changed the lyrics for the benefit of UK and all the families everywhere. You can all now sing this song and enjoy what you're going to sing, and love the idea of cafes open, selling cannabis and weed in Rizzlers, little king size, little Rizzlers or king size, two different sizes available to the public. For just £1 and £2, not much money at all. Touch me. What can I say? Maybe follow me. Maybe show me respect and honesty, and a big thank you for trying to help you and all that. I don't really want to swear. I was going through phases of anger and upset, and it's like, I will be listened to. I will be listened to. You will listen. I go crazy at Facebook all the time and say, freedom of speech. I'm going to take you to court. I'm going to close you down. I'm going to get rid of Facebook because you're blocking me and muting me all the time. And I rave on it bloody Warner music, and then UMG and all that, Universal music. It's because I've got a story and I want it to be fucking out to the world and all that. It was 249 countries. I was muted and blocked because of 35 seconds or something like that. Seconds. And I sit here for probably 2 or 3 hours telling you all about my life and everything, and how things are and how it's going to be and everything. It's sad, really. It's terrible. Yeah. I've been sitting and chatting. I robbed myself a smoke. Well, I've not smoked it at all yet. I know when I was doing TikToks, I was actually working on TikToks and all that, and not really smoking anything. I've got to get this sorted out. And the problem I had was my phones were just dying. It was like I've been on this TikTok for ages, trying to get it exactly perfect. Everything had to be perfect. That's how it is with me. It's got to be perfect. Because I won't accept it. I was just like, that's not good enough. No, it's got to be better than that. It's got to be like this. It's got to be like that. My poetry was quite romantic and nice, and over the years. And Susie Tebbett in Portsmouth, in South Sea or whatever. She actually she was in a section unit. I didn't go. I went into a lot of section units, and most of them were like separated men and women. There was sometimes you would never see a woman or anything. But there was a section unit in Portsmouth somewhere, and it was like it was a small hospital, and there she was. She was sat in it, and for some reason we ended up doing poetry, and I don't know, something so crazy that she loved it so much she fell in love with me. She would whisper, and she'd, I love you, and all this and all that. I love you, and all this is crazy. And she gave me hugs and everything, and that was quite nice. And she helped me with my back. She had something I could use, and it relieved the pain in my back. And I was just sat in a little smoking area and with a bit grass and everything, and I'd sit on the ground. I'd have my headphones and I'd be playing my music and all that. That wasn't so bad. That was really. I don't think they took my phone actually. There was a situation of my phone taken a lot from different hospitals, but not that place in Portsmouth. I did actually go crazy at this woman because the minute I got in that place, they were forcing loads and loads of medication on me. Yeah. And the time when I said I want to go out for a bit, I've got to go out. And they said, well, if you have this injection, then you can go out. And this is what it was like. It was terrible. It was horrible, really. Yeah, and I phoned up Vivid Homes and I said, I'm worried about my tenancy. I'm dragged out of my home a lot of times, all the time. My place has been empty for some time now, and I'm worried about my tenancy. And they said, don't worry about a thing, okay? And they give me a new bath. My bathroom is quite new. I could show you and everything. It's a brand new bathroom. And I also talked to a lady called Louise, who works for Vivid Homes, and she is a counsellor, and she's there for you, and that's how it is. So I'm not using the NHS at all in any way. And if I was having my little giddy spells, which I get sometimes, the last time was quite scary, and I just couldn't phone 111 or wherever it was. It was terrible. It was like, I just don't want to phone you, that's it. What you've done to me is maybe look at the situation and say, do not phone 111 or whatever it is. Don't get the NHS around your house or anything. Yeah, they stormed into my home. They turned up with like loads of people, police, doctors, psychiatrists, all on my doorstep, and just insisting I'm unwell and all that sort of madness. I was never left alone. It was crazy. And I've even got attitude from my own family being nasty towards me. I can't believe it. Yeah, this is going to be to a guy. There's a guy that's been watching me on YouTube. Actually, he's quite a nice chap, really. And he respects me 100%, and he says, yeah, it's a real stone Raver, yes, you're amazing, yes, it's funny, it's great, what you do and what you say is amazing. It's a big thanks to you, mate. I'm here, is it AD? I can't remember now. Oh shit, fuck me, oh my god, sorry about this. But I know, actually, you was a bit upset, because I was just acting, I was listening to some music, and I was saying, nobody loves me, nobody cares, you don't want to follow me, and you don't want to be a friend, and I was talking to the public in general, not actually this man in person. I mean, I wasn't actually thinking of you. I know you're a good man, and I know how you feel about me. I know how you enjoy watching me. Yeah, respect to you. Do not worry about that. That's fine. Okay. It was an act. It was no love, no care. It's just like, it was because of a bit of music playing and all that in the kitchen. I know there's a lot of people that actually got a respect for me and love and all that. I've had loads of different ladies ask me for help and everything. And families and all the rest of it, I mean, yeah. 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 Oh my god, oh, this is terrible. I mean, whoa, that's a big yawn. I just took, oh god, there's my mother, there she is, I'll show you her. I actually paid a taxi, oh no, I can't see her, it's gone. Yeah, I paid a taxi for mum to come and see me, and then take me out, and we will get some freedom. So I said to the taxi driver, take me to Shirley and we'll go to Costa. And there's a picture of my mum sat there in Costa with a massive smile. And then we got on a bus and went to Lord's Hill, popped in mum's for a little bit. Oh, there she is. There we go. 5:53, Sunday, the 11th of April. Sometimes she would go to church. She believes in God. She respects she respects what NHS have got to say. If they say the sky is green, she will believe the sky is green. If the sky's if it's never been blue and that's what they say, she will believe that and she will say, okay, all right, so the sky's never been blue. She'll go along with that and say, right, that's it. The NHS are professional. They say the sky's never been blue. I'm just saying an example, that's what it is. She's wholeheartedly involved in how they look after people. The personal situation I have is the way I was treated. The way I've been treated, it was just disgusting, terrible, traumatic, dominant, brutal. It was horrible, really disgusting, not good at all, no way. Yeah, so here I am, her eldest son. And I even say I'm my mother, who I don't know what it is with her, but she's always put me down, and she thinks I'm not. I've got to do it this way and that and all that. I'm attitude, I'm rude. I'm just like, I swear a lot. I mean, I only swear really more these days is because I was literally thrown into section units, crying my way out of the place and all that, and please let me get out of here and all this and that. And it was just like, oh my God, what can I say? Yeah, and Steve Flood, he's probably still selling cannabis and weed and all that rest, laughing and joking and chatting with everybody, and just, I don't know, he's got a mental problem, he really has. The way he was terrible. I did notice when he was having a laugh, when he was laughing a little bit, it was definitely not normal. Really strange, really, and the way he kind of said I was in a relationship with his mum. I mean, that's so sad, it's unbelievable. I mean, Carol Flood, she comes to me and that's it. I mean, I helped her out and that's it. And the family next door to mother, I mean, Kim, she knows how much I helped her and all that. She showed me the letter, and I'll publicised it on Facebook. A couple of bits of the letter, the bit where it says about me being like a shoulder to cry on over the years, and she really wants to be a friend. If she can't have me as a lover or a husband or whatever, can she please be a friend? She needs me and all that. And yes, I mean, it's because I actually. I disagreed with the way my mother was. She was being very nasty and horrible. She is up her own backside, and she does think she's queen of the country. I don't actually think I'm the king of the country at all. But people do see me as king of the country. That's it, or president of the USA, or a legend. That's my own daughter who says that, and Kim's eldest daughter says, bonjour, Jesus, and that's it, I'm Jesus. This is when they was all in that house, and I'd go there and say, hello, here I am, we're here. And my daughter was, I had custody, so she was always with me. We've had some good times, some fun times and all that, Becky's been great over the years. I mean, she's a great kid. She's all right. I just wish I never said stuff about my dad when I was in a section unit to my daughter. I mean, she's probably just heard that and just can't deal with it. And don't want to sort of bump into me when I'm talking shit like that, whatever. I mean, I put my dad down. It's crazy. I want to stop now. I really want to go because I'm just like, oh my God. Oh, come on, wake up. Oh yeah, that's right. Yesterday, I got myself a cheeseburger. Most days I get a cheeseburger. Lately I've been trying the cheesy chips. It's always a small batch of sausage and maybe a fish cake. and some gravy. It was curry sauce, but now it's gravy because that's all I want is gravy. Just a little cup of gravy, I spend about £10 a day in the chip shop. And I don't eat it, or I don't eat all that food and think, oh yeah, and that's why I'm fat or anything like that. I actually, I saved the cheeseburger and it's in my kitchen, and I'm gonna eat that. Microwave it, warm it up, and it's gonna taste good. I know that already. Before I went to bed, I had some porridge and a cup of tea, and then I went to bed. I've got too much stuff in my head. What I'm thinking of. I was thinking of saying, oh shit, what was I saying? I can't really focus on other stuff with all this madness going in my head about how it was and fighting for my freedom and fighting for the future of British citizens. I want to make some changes, and that's it. And I want anyone who's working for the NHS to pick a staff member and say to yourself, right, I've decided I think I'll assess you and look at how you are and what you do, and tell each other amongst you. Look into the company of look at the NHS. You actually got a job there. You're quite a professional, whatever. If that's what you say, why not turn around and assess someone? Look at someone near to you, another NHS worker who may have not studied and may not be professional or experienced or anything, and doing a terrible job, and not, just literally not caring at all. So someone might notice you and work with you and decide to tell everybody what this person is like. Just have respect and look after yourself and those around you. Be different. I'm unique. What I suggest you do is also be unique, and try and find out what you can do to help me with the future. Legalising weed, relaxing everything really, the law, the government, everything about this country. Don't slag off the situation. Just accept me. I'm not just a stonehead. I'm not just a stoner, a mental patient who's schizo and crazy. I'm actually the piano man. You will not get a piano man like me anywhere. All right. I'm right here, but I must go now, and I'm going to say goodbye. I'm just a bit tired, that's all. It's now 1 minute past 6 on Sunday morning, so please do, in smile, say to yourself, PMA, positive mental attitude. I'm going to go for a little walk up to the church, and I'm going to feel good, because I believe in God and all that, and so that's what you're going to say to yourself. I believe in God, and hey, I think I'll just have a good day. Because the piano man wants you to be happy. If you want to believe in God, that's fine. But personally, myself, I actually said to myself, I'm going to believe in myself and what I do. Everything I do, it's going to be a good thing, not a bad thing. And even the NHS, I'm getting a bit tired actually. I think I did say something, but I'm sure it's been deleted, or is it available? I don't know. Oh. There's another song. I've got to break free, or whatever it was. I think I'm sure of that. I do enjoy music. I like being in tune. I like maybe remembering the lyrics if I can and going along with it. And the Will Stone Raider, he's my number one song. He's my future. He is definitely very close to the real stoned raver. Stoned, yes, someone who's smoking weed and cannabis, probably stoned a little bit high or whatever. It doesn't actually say anything about PMA, positive mental attitude, and it just says the real stone Raver. Yeah, he's comedy, he's fun, he's great. He smokes a bit of weed and cannabis. That's what it is, and he's trying to legalise weed and open up cafes and everything. I mean, this was all in my head, and I was thinking, like a Rolls Royce. Oh yeah, like a Rolls Royce. My imagination and my ideas coming to life. You know. And honestly, I had to stop and say to myself, right, then let's for a little while, we'll focus on getting the compensation for the way I was treated. That will happen. I will be paid. I just hope the benefits don't say, oh well, that's it. We're not giving you no benefits. You're on your own, and that's it. I don't know what goes on, but I need a friend. Shit. I was quite awake, but I think it was 4 o'clock. In the morning. Now I've been chatting away, going crazy, chat. And I'm just like drifting off. I'm like, oh my God, I'm sleepy. Oh my God. You know, I'm going to say goodbye. Really, honestly, I must go. This is Gordon Thomas White, the piano man, the real stone Raver. The future's going to be bright. It's going to be fun. Yeah. I must go. I must try and relax and feel a little bit more better. I mean, I've been chatting away, and I'm just like so tired now. I can't believe this. Wow. Yeah. I'm like this through the day, and it kills me. It drives me nuts. Right, I'm just getting old. That's what it is. Yes, I'll see you later. Yeah.